Episode 191. Unpleasant Reunions. After the wound was dressed and blood was transfused, Serena was much better. "I want to see him. Could you take me?"
"It's not convenient,"
Jake said quietly. "What's not convenient?" After she asked, she thought of something and pouted. "What are you thinking? He's old enough to be my father, Jake. Nothing would happen between me and him." Hearing that, Jake squeezed her nose and said,
"You think I'm that petty?"
"Are you not?"
"I heard his wife just arrived. He has been here in Austin for almost half a month, so they must have a lot to talk about."
"Oh." She nodded. "All right. Take me to see him tomorrow, then." He nodded and took her jacket off.
"Sleep a bit more."
"I'm not tired." She pushed his hand away. "When did you sleep last time? Look at your dark circles." She touched his face, feeling worried. "Lie down for a while. I'm not tired."
"The bed is too small."
"No, it's not. I can sit up."
"No."
She wanted to give her bed to him. "How about you go back and take some rest?"
"No."
"Then I can check out and go home with you."
"No, your fever hasn't been brought down yet. Your temperature was so high."
She bristled. "What do you want then?" Jake glanced at her and touched her forehead, with a smile and love hidden in his eyes. He whispered,
"You can go to sleep and I will watch you."
"No."
"How about you take my hands and I can take a nap on the desk?"
"No."
"Then we shall sleep together?"
"No." Serena immediately rejected. "I still have a cold or something, and I'll pass it to you."
"I'm strong."
"No." More importantly, she very likely had gotten AIDS. She was ashamed and sure of it. "What if—"
"Well then, take a nap. I'll be here."
"You—" She was pissed off by him and hit him on the arm. "You go back. I don't want you here." Jake caught her hand and asked huskily,
"You don't want me? So who do you want?"
"You've been bad."
"And so are you. I didn't even say I don't want you."
Serena said nothing. She was indeed exhausted, and Jake being here was comforting, but she was afraid of hurting him.
"Be a good girl and take some rest."
Silently, she took off her jacket and shoved it at him. Satisfied that he had gotten his way, he smiled. He hung her coat up and turned around. She had moved over to the side and left half of the bed for him. "Get up and get some sleep."
"Yes, Mrs. Robinson."
He took off his jacket and shoes, turned the light off, and got into the bed. He immediately took her into his arms and bowed his head to catch her lips. Serena's heart thumped. She immediately moved away. He ended up kissing her chin. "I'm sick. You cannot kiss me now. It's probably contagious."
"I'm a strong man, and I don't care."
"I do." She shifted her position and pushed his face away. "Sleep well."
"Yes, ma'am."
He put an arm around her waist and closed his eyes. Maybe he really was too tired. He immediately fell asleep and breathed evenly. Serena raised a hand to cover his face. Because she was burning up, she felt his skin was a bit cold. Sketching the contours of his face with her palm, she gazed at him for a long while. After a while, Serena carefully lifted his arm and got out of bed. Jake did not wake up and was still fast asleep. Her heart ached. He must have lost sleep last night because she was missing. However, this would not do. She could not stay around forever. She put on her shoes and jacket, opened the door and walked out. She was still worried. Charlie Wrong had saved her life after all. Without seeing him doing okay, she could not relax. She asked a nurse and found out which room he was in. Following the room numbers, she suddenly saw a woman coming towards her. She looked sophisticated and put together, wearing a long minty green dress and an emerald coat with fur trimming. She had her hair in an elegant updo. Her makeup was perfect, and so was her posture. A lady that had something unique about her. However, what caught Serena's attention was not her elegance, but her face. She had seen that face more than once. Camilla Davis, the love of both Travis Green and Daniel Brown's life. All Serena could remember about her was the old photo in Travis's wallet. The girl in the photo was youthful and smiley. Serena had no idea that one day she would see this girl in person. When seeing Serena, the woman was clearly dumbstruck as well. She immediately knew who Serena was. "Serena," she said in a low whisper. Serena heard this and kept looking at her intently. Looking distant, Camilla nodded to her politely and walked past her in heels. When she brushed past Serena had so much going on in her head. "Miss Davis!" It was not a question. Camilla stopped and looked at her. Serena thought she would ask, "How do you know my name?" Or, "Do you know me?" Or rather, "Who are you?" However, unexpectedly, Camilla only glanced at her coldly and said in a cold tone, "Don't call me that. It's disgusting." Then she walked away. Serena was dazed, gazing at her back incredulously. Camilla turned around the corner and disappeared. She was cold. Unlike Jake, she was so cold that it felt malicious. The malice was like a sharp knife, cutting away the unrealistic hope she had for her mother. She was her mother. It was obvious. She knew it the moment she saw her. And if that wasn't clear enough, judging from their faces, they looked so similar. However, why did she feel this way about Serena? After a while, she suddenly realized how dumb she had acted. She should have asked Camilla why she had left Travis Green. Why she had left alone. Why she had abandoned Serena, her daughter. Why she had made Serena marry Jake Robinson. And why she was sent to the Clark family. Filled with questions, she regretted how she had forgotten everything after what Camilla had said. She walked up and looked for her in the crowd. However, her mother seemed to have completely disappeared.